You. I don't.
Sorry. Hi, Kathy. It's good to see you this evening. Um,
Thank you for meeting with me.
yeah, and I've been reviewing the goals that we set at the beginning of our course, and I know that have revised a couple of them. Um, the one that I'm looking at right now is from Money and Finance, and you're going to make positive changes. And you're going to create balance in both your personal and professional life. So, what does that mean? Do you feel perhaps that you um, don't take care of yourself enough? Tell me about that, Kathy.
Yeah, so my whole goal for money and finance changed radically
Mm-hmm.
because once I started coaching together, I found myself really not taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I was fitting, how would I say it? This course
Mm-hmm.
became my life instead of
Mm-hmm.
my life becoming part of the course. And I really spun out. I take 100% responsibility for that. And I realized that everything was stressing me out. And I realized that I needed to make some major changes. And so I kind of just dropped out for a couple of days and thought about this. And I realized that when I signed on to coach with you, that I really didn't know that how I was really going to achieve that goal and or how much time I would have for it. And you know my three words are healthy, happy, fit.
Mm-hmm.
I was really none of those. I was not
Wow.
I was not living up to healthy, happy, and fit. So I realized that one of the reasons why was I was spending too much time in the house at home on Zooms, not really doing what I need to do first and foremost, which is to make sure my cup is full.
Correct.
And it took me about 2.5 weeks to figure that out. And I found myself kind of stressed and realizing, oh, yeah, I'm not being true to myself. I tell everyone to thine own self be true. But, I wasn't doing that myself. And it was just too much information for me all at one time. And so I decided to take a step back and rewrite my goal about money and finance, that it's really not about tripling the income from the investment. What I've learned from, us coaching is that it's on the inside that's going
Right.
to create those exterior, outside world um, outcomes. And so I had to just take a step back, and have a little bit of time for myself. And I realized exactly what that was going to take. And so now, I think now that you and I have got some really good boundaries, I know that I have X amount of time in the day for coaching and all the other things that goes along with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel very confident in the goals that or the revisions that I gave you about
Mm-hmm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
And if you notice, it says things like, I will feel as though I have tripled my investment instead of
Correct.
actually creating that, because that was stressing me out. I'm like, all of this coaching is so new, it's so great, but at the same time, it was causing me a tremendous amount of stress. And I mean, quite frankly, I wasn't even thinking straight. So I had to kind of get back to who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I revised my goal sort of to more of how I'll feel and the ways that I'll know that, and what I'm going to be doing to create that, and what changes I'll see in my life. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. And I know one of your goal or one of your objectives is to have a much more relaxed atmosphere and go with the flow in life, both with yourself and others.
Well, I would say probably attitude.
Gotcha.
The attitude hasn't been that great. I realized that. And I was really wondering, like, what is that about? Where's all of this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
And it was really because, if I don't get out of the house, it's not healthy. If I'm not with
Yes.
other people, it's not healthy. If I don't, did I say workout? Like working out is really important, or
Right.
exercise. And I hadn't been doing any of that. And as a health and wellness advocate, I need to do all of that. So I found that to be more important than the actual income. And that's why I rewrote it. So, when you ask me, like, what am I going to be doing to make sure that that happens? Well, I'm going to be putting those things into place. And just in the last couple of days, I did that. Plus, you and I kind of talked also, and we decided, how we're going to keep up with everything, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes. So, so do you have a daily plan of action that you follow, or is this basically a weekly type of goal or weekly objective? And so by the end of the week, you'll have said, I have done so much this week, or how do you manage that?
Yeah, it's kind of really just, the physical part for me was always the easiest part.
Hmm.
Um, but I just changed that, right?
Hmm.
So when we started coaching, I was so excited because everything was happening so fast. I was doing all these things. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I'm not ever getting out. I'm not being true to myself. I'm not doing the healthy things that I need to. Even getting to the grocery store was difficult. So
Wow.
now I just realized, okay, I have to do me first. And
Right.
once my cup is full, I'll have lots more to pour out. So
Right.
I'm going to be getting back to a little bit more of what I know is right for me and what I was doing prior to coaching, which is, taking care of myself first and fitting those things in, all the homework and things
Mhm.
like that. And
Yeah, and it seems like your high expectations of yourself perhaps might have been a blocker. I mean, would you say that would have been a blocker to
oh,
your progress?
absolutely. That's just like so ridiculous, of myself and
Hmm.
others,
Hmm.
and not being able to relax. And fun is, like, as I said before, omnipotent in my world, and I was
Yeah.
not having fun. So if I don't have fun, work doesn't get done.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So what are some of the things that you like to do for fun that will help you feel more
Yeah.
relaxed and that you're taking care of yourself? What are your some of your fun things?
Yeah, so, I mean, I still have to work and incorporate
Of
things. So
course.
just like tomorrow night, I'll be going to a Tony Robbins event that's here in
Oh,
La Jolla. So I was
great.
invited to that, and whereas I probably wouldn't have gone because we'll, have just finished coaching again tomorrow, uh, I probably wouldn't have gone. But now I'm like, you know what? I need that. Like,
Mhm.
my friend invited me, I need that girlfriend time. So, and I haven't been to a Tony Robbins event in a long time. And I
Yes.
the timing is perfect because now I have my head on straight,
Mhm.
and it'll really just help me kind of set in the right direction. So things like that, that I would
Mhm.
call that outside in-person network or mark networking, sorry, networking
And personal
and
development as well. Personal development because
personal
you're working on
development.
you because you're going to
I
get
always
so
love
much.
that.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then, other things, I need to get back to the gym, and then outdoor activities as well that I enjoy, cycling and walking down on La Jolla
Cycling.
shores, and, things like that. So it's
Cycling.
it's all starting to come together.
I didn't know you did cycling. That's fabulous. And
Yeah.
do you ever take vacation?
Oh yeah, that's high
Okay.
on my list.
Okay.
And that was another thing that I was really, really unclear about, like, how in the world am I going to do this during travel? And I don't think I really have all of those things figured out quite yet, but the light bulb went on going, Kathy, you're not having fun, and you're getting grumpy, and you're getting confused. And I felt like I was starting to sort of short circuit. So the reason why for that was I just wasn't having fun. And like I said, if I don't have fun, work doesn't get done. So I'm taking better care of myself, and kind of outline some of that in the revisions.
And I think getting away from things gives you more clarity
Mhm.
as well.
Yeah, when you're stressed, as well as I do, your brain shuts down, right?
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I went, at the ocean, and things are much better.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think that covers everything from there, don't you?
Pardon? I'm sorry.
Do you feel like that covers all of the goals from money and finance? Even though it
Oh
was
yeah.
like
Oh
a
yeah.
doozy
And yeah, and you said you were going to step way out of your comfort zone. So it's stepping way out of your comfort zone that just was making changes in your whole life process.
Well, I mean, just I'm just releasing the perfectionism. It's not working for me.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so,
Yeah.
I'm
Do
gonna
you,
get done, what's gonna happen
yeah.
with
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Excuse me. Go ahead. Mhm.
that's like I was just being really hard on myself because I felt like I wasn't getting any work done. And so now I know where I stand with that, and now I can, be more clear.
And you're in the health field. So is there a specific health regimen that you have as well? Are you going to
Yes.
make any changes to that, or is it working well for you?
Well, what was happening the last 2.5 weeks was not working for me at all. So I'm letting that go and I'm getting back to what I do know does work,
Uh-huh.
diet, exercise, and getting out of the house and being
Yeah.
social,
Yeah.
and being
And
online social, but also getting out of the house is very, very important for me. Sitting is not my thing, and it is not good for the booty either.
I would think also sunshine because you're where you're
Yeah,
located. So you have
right.
access
I
to
have
a lot of,
access to that. Yeah.
yeah, but you need to get out and enjoy it as well.
Yes.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, I mean, I can see the change. I like to see you as a cheerful person and not feel like you're under so much stress.
Yeah, and I was really over the top. So it was a lot more than I expected. And now that I have, figured that out, how that's going to work for me, and you and I have talked about that in great detail, what to expect from one another.
Right?
It's working much better already, and it's amazing when you just take a step back and say, why is this not working for me? Why am I so stressed out? So
Yeah.
even though that revision is hugely different, it's feels hugely right for me, so to speak.
Yeah. So, and are you able to spend more time with your friends as well? And family,
Yes.
are your friends and family nearby? Is your family nearby or are they across the country or where are they
Well,
located?
there's all different types of family, don't
Okay.
forget.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but you know what? I feel like we're probably not going to get to those other goals if we keep focusing on this one. Do you
Yeah.
want to go to the other ones as well? I know
Well,
your time is really limited, so.
yes. So you have revised your business goal and you did that by working in steps and breaking it down into more detail. So is that helpful to you?
So yeah, so in the beginning, I really just had no idea, kind of, it just didn't sink in what specifically I needed to reach that level. And then not doing the work, just doing training all the time, which
Yes.
wasn't getting me any closer to the goal. So now I think I'm really will be able to be more focused on that, especially with this new CRM coming in and some of the other work that's coming up with the homework that we're doing
Hmm. Hmm.
for the 1 minute miracle. I knew I had to do that, Cyndy, and
Yes.
I was just so dragging my feet on that. So I'm so glad that you brought that to my attention and said, let's get one of the two done with either the business or the product. So I'm really
Hmm.
happy I got at least the business one done.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I feel at least one step closer to, you know, achieving
Uh-huh.
that, right?
Yeah, and one of our objectives in the class we're taking is your strengths. Tell me about your strengths.
Oh, I thought we were doing daily action plans.
Well, and that as well, but and so well, I know that you're going so review that for me. What will be your daily action plan? I know you're not going to be so hard on yourself and those kind of things. What else are you going to do on a daily basis?
Okay, so with the business goal, it's a lot, it's interestingly enough, a lot of the same.
Hmm.
It's making sure that I'm having fun getting that work done.
There you
So,
go.
you know, going to this Tony Robbins event tomorrow, where it's a big, big social, I'm sorry, not so, no, it is social networking event. That's personal development,
Personal
which
development.
is important, but also putting whatever I'm learning into action.
Hmm.
And I think I still want to stick with yeah, 70 people a week seems like a lot to me.
That
One of the things
does.
that I realized that, Cyndy, I thought I would work 7 days a week. And for the past 2.5 weeks, I have been doing that.
Hmm.
That's not working for me.
No.
So, I think I'll probably cut that back to 50
Hmm.
and see how that works until we talk next. and make that more of a Monday through Friday event.
Mhm.
And then if I need to, carry it over to the weekend. But, I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons why it was 7 days a week was because Super Bowl was on. So I thought, okay, my husband, he's going to be involved in that. That's great. He can do his thing. I'll just dive into coaching and I'll take everything on I possibly can. And I
Aw.
did. And it gave me time. And I had said to him, I really don't know how I'm going to handle this after Super Bowl's over. And that's when the wheels kind of started falling off the bus. So I'm
Yeah,
glad we're talking about the action plans, because I don't really think I need to do as much and keep my sanity, so I'll probably
right,
cut it back at least 20 and per week of the contacts. I really need to start being very accountable to the CRM, which still hasn't happened, but I'll use the
yeah,
old one, you
yeah.
know, take it from there.
And maybe take your husband to dinner. Would that be fun?
Yes, because
Wonderful.
yeah, they play hand in hand, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's been wonderful visiting with you, Kathy, and I appreciate you very much and look forward to visiting again in the near future. And we will be visiting again tomorrow, um, and go over, our objectives for the next week.
I think that sounds great. I know we didn't really talk about the family, friends, and relationships, but I mean, kind of the same thing that applies to the revised money and finance and the business goal. They all
Hmm.
really meld together, and
They
it's really
do.
all about the relationships.
Yeah.
So, one of the great things is um, we have a cabin, and Rick was
Oh,
able to go skiing this weekend, and I was able to chill, and just decompress and kind of figure it out. Like, what's going on with me? I'm not the person I like to be, which is happy,
yeah. So
healthy.
how
It's
far how far is the cabin from you? How often do you get to go?
We like to go at least once a month, but
Oh, good.
because it's ski season for him, he'll probably go a little bit more. But the whole point being is I've been dumping on him, and that's not fair. And
Yeah,
so I was really glad he's got a boys' weekend scheduled, and
good.
it gave me time to figure out what's going on with me and
Right.
just like pour into me and
Yep.
not to anything else. And I really feel that that will affect everything all the
Hmm.
way around.
Right.
So, if
Exactly.
you're looking for more
Okay.
specifics, daily action plans, I can definitely provide that for you next
Mhm.
time.
Right.
Um, because it's just been sort of a 180 out in the last couple of days for my decision making.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
nothing's carved in stone quite yet, but that goes along with my more go with the flow attitude.
Yeah, but it seems to me your keyword is healthy for you. Is that correct? Your keyword is
Always,
healthy.
always above and
Yeah.
beyond everything. And like I
Yeah.
said, I wasn't even getting to the grocery store and it just was not good.
Yeah. So
So yeah,
time for Kathy and just a little more relaxation and fun would be
yeah,
beneficial to your health, right?
top of the list.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I enjoyed visiting with you so much. Appreciate
Yeah,
you
thank
so much.
you. I appreciate your patience with me and all of this. It's not
And
been easy,
yep,
but I know, but it'll all work out. It always does. It's my
and we'll
mom.
and we'll talk again tomorrow.
All right, perfect. Thanks,
Thank you,
Cindy.
Kathy. Appreciate you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.